what's this docu thingy about? The first guy to free climb the toughest cliff face for climbing in the world. So not only is it the toughest one in the world, but he did it without any rope or guide thing. Nothing at all. If he fell at any point in that climb, you know, past like 100 feet, he's just dead. And it's like, I don't even know how tall that thing is. It's a huge climb, and you can't do it straight up. Like, you have to, there are a variety of routes. It's really interesting, like, looking at him mapping it out and practicing the climb with ropes and stuff before doing the free climb. So a free climb is the, you know, like, ropeless, you don't have any kind of safety structure to help you in the climb. It's just your physical body and the cliff. That's it. That's what you have. And it was just a really fascinating journey, and like really emotional for me. And a baggie of chalk, yeah. So you've got shoes, shirt, shorts, and chalk, or pants, a pantaloon of some sort. I can't help but to think what a stupid idea it is to risk life like that when you can be safer. There's something to be said about pushing the boundaries of human limit, you know, and risking yourself to do that. There's a lot of talk that has been had over the many, you know, millennia about what makes life worth living, and taking the safest route has never ultimately been the conclusion of that conversation. That there are some things, and of course it's easy to, you know, point to like the triumph of humanity as a whole, as these are things worth, you know, risking your risking life and limb and whatnot. Those are kind of the, you know, good but also obvious and common things to see pointed at. But there's something, I'll just say fascinating. There's something fascinating about an individual's drive to do something that no other human has done. And I'm not talking about like eating a Tide Pod level of horse crab, you know, like, you know, there is something inspiring, and it is kind of stupid, you know, to do that kind of thing. But there's also something inspiring about seeing somebody risk their life to achieve some great accomplishment. And again, climbing El Cap is not some masterful artwork. It's not some great treatise on the human condition. It's not pushing the boundaries of, you know, policy reform for the sake of justice. Doing the what seemed impossible given the zeitgeist or the cultural norms of the day. Things like that, which we usually point to and say, like, that is grand achievement. That is real purpose. But I gotta say, when I was watching this guy craft this journey for himself, to not just do something challenging, but to do something that was literally seen as impossible. Literally. People have made that claim, like professional climbers have been like, it's impossible. You simply cannot do it. You cannot make this climb as a solo free climb. It's impossible to do. So kind of like abstracting out from there, that's where the real interesting kind of glory comes into play for me, where it's not, you know, some dude who climbed a rock and like, okay, so what? It's a dude who saw something that was seen as a genuine possibility by leading professionals in the field, and said, I can do that, and if I can't, I'll die trying. And it's something about that perspective that kind of infuses me with motivation and inspiration. A lot of the things that people don't know about with this brand and this stream is there are things going on behind the scenes, stuff that I'm trying to build into what this becomes that does push some very serious boundaries. And I don't mean like, to say it pushes boundaries almost sounds like I'm going to be doing something really offensive with it. I'm sure some people would be offended, but I have taken inspiration from people like this who have looked at something that everybody else said was impossible, or said just wasn't worth it, wasn't worth the effort. You know, like, why bother? Why bother? You could do any number of other things with your life that are more interesting and more exciting and more thrilling and really do more for the world. And I think that perspective has arrested me. It's captured my soul to some extent and helps to drive me in some really interesting ways. So while it may seem frivolous and stupid to, risk your life for something that doesn't, create greater direct benefit to humanity, it's the inspiration that does something magical. It's what that causes in other people's perspectives and lives. It's the fire it lights in other people's souls that I think easily makes it worth the effort.